Welcome back to Ledius Sports Talk. I'm your host, Enrique Ledius. Today, we are getting into Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Florida Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes. Panthers take this one in the first overtime, guys. Didn't need all four, so that's kind of nice. It was a wild one, so let's get into it.
Bobrovsky stopped that, gave a rebound, scores! It's Jalen Chatfield. Teams feast off of turnovers in the neutral zone, and here's a rebound that Bobrovsky puts to an area that he thinks he has a man there, but instead it's Sebastian Aho. What a pass shot.
The Hurricanes came out swinging with this one, an early goal to set the tone. I think they needed that one after that marathon of overtimes in the previous game. You want to come out, get the crowd into it, show the Panthers that, they're not going to be sitting back just because they lost last game and they're going to be playing passive or things like that. So it's good to come out, get that early goal, get the crowd into it, get that momentum going. Honestly, and they did. They kept that momentum going from the first goal, entire first period. It was dominated by the Hurricanes. They dominated their first period and they had a chance to go up 2-0 and almost run away with it. But second goal, in the first period there was called off due to offsides, which I think that was a good call. I mean, if you look back on that play, pretty much seemed like it was offsides when the guy, kind of carried the puck over there.
Just got back in a hurry, but not down. McEachern to Drury, scores! There you go. Wow, what a series this has been.
But they still dominated that period. They still took so much control of the game there, and you would think at that point, all right, this is from be, Hurricanes game here. But in the second period, the Panthers did hang in there. And again, just like they always do in this playoffs run, they wait for the other team to make a mistake. And once they do, they take advantage of opportunity, similar to the Vegas Knights, right? But I think the Panthers' forecheck is just really aggressive, so good in this series and has been throughout this playoffs.
Verhaeghe dispatches it back into Hurricane ice. Barkov unable to come up with it. Got it now! What a play! Beautiful goal! Under pressure, just slides that one through. Barkov made it look like, how about this deception? Makes it look like he's going to go between the legs, stops, and that just froze Raanta for a split second. Look at the end. Ranta's down now. He doesn't have the long enough reach.
Barkov's goal there for the Panthers was dirty, right? He went between the legs, pulling it back, finishing with a nice little backhand there. I think just to me, what's insane about this goal is that, you try it when you're down 1-0 in a game. It's in the playoffs. I think that's what makes it pretty cool and special is this guy tries it in the situation that he's in. It's one thing to try in the regular season, but when you try it in the situation that he's in the playoffs, down 1-0 in the game, it's pretty sweet move there. Even Wayno, called it one of the best plays of all time. And I think I don't know if it's one of the best plays of all time, but I think it was one of the really top plays of this playoffs year for sure, just for him to do that. And he just no-sells it at the end. He's just kind of like, yep, that's it. That's a goal. But that was sweet play. Good way to capitalize on a mistake there. If we look at that goal, kind of the Panthers were able to get, or Barkov was able to get behind the Hurricanes defense there. I don't really know what the Hurricanes were kind of looking at. They kind of let him slide back there. I think maybe it was just on the breakout, they kind of lost track of where he was maybe, but they kind of let him behind the D there, and he kind of snuck in, was all by himself. So might as well take it. Now I want to talk about Bobrovsky, right? Sergei Bobrovsky has been unbelievable this playoffs. He has been lights out, I think, and especially coming in, everyone had doubts. He replaced Line there, and everyone's like, well, you got to at least try to play the the goalie that you paid all those millions to, and he comes in and he is unbelievable, right? Look at this, and it's like basically end of 6 minutes of this left in the second period. He comes in, which I think probably was the game-changing blocker stop of this game.
Away from Barkov, what a slip move. In front, oh, did you see that? Bobrovsky! Side, and how about this read across? Great shot. Bobrovsky gets the blocker there, somehow stopping Teravainen, who thought for sure.
Change the momentum around. I mean, Panthers were already getting back into it, but I think this cemented it as like, all right, you are not beating Bobrovsky this game. It's going to take an amazing shot to beat him. Comes across, slides in, makes a blocker stop, hard push across, and he plays so aggressive, which is so fun to watch. The way that he plays, he's like hunched over. He doesn't play passive. He has active hands, and honestly, again, like he's been playing out of his mind, right? He's been playing so good, but also really consistently so good. And that's what's really good and impressive to watch and makes you happy for him is he's been so consistent. I think the last time we've ever seen this level of Bobrovsky was, I mean, years ago. And he's been so good. And it's been a huge part of the Panthers run. But it's just the way he makes saves, the way that he moves left to right. He, butterfly slides across, and he's just able to seal the ice really well. Pucks don't go through him. That's one thing Lundqvist mentioned on the panel. Pucks are not going through him. His hands are really active, like I said a while ago. It just looks like he's making the right saves at the right time. I feel like sometimes you could put a 2-on-0 against him, and he still has a chance to make a save with the way he's playing. And it's tough, right? That's one of the things that every year it's always tough to beat the hot goalie. And to beat that team with the hot goalie is always a dangerous thing. And this year, who knows, right? The Panthers look like they're the team of destiny, but we'll see how this goes. And I emphasize this point. I think the Panthers' forecheck has been really relentless, creating odd man rushes, putting the pressure on. I mean, Cousins came close to ending it, and there were plenty of chances for both teams here. So it's one of those things where this has been the calling card, I guess, of the Panthers, right? Throughout all series they've been in. Is just their forecheck is so good, and they have a good way of putting pressure on teams deep in their own end and forcing them to make plays. So now we head into overtime. This time around, look, Tkachuk and the Panthers, they wasted no time ending it early in the first overtime.
For the Florida Panthers. And remember, Carolina with their success short-handed. It's in front. Scores! It is over. And it is Matthew Tkachuk, and he said, let's go home. Matthew Tkachuk, in back-to-back games, has won in overtime. Supporting the draw by Reinhart. Watching the corner here. The stick of Slavin goes right into the blade of Ernst. He can't even get to the front of the net. He's late getting there. He's scrambling to try to get back to his feet. And Bennett slides one over. Reinhart with the other pass, and Tkachuk makes...
And what's hilarious is after he scores, he skates right off. Nope, got to get out of here. Guys, bust in 10 minutes. That was awesome. But it's one of those things too, right? Like penalty, right? They get a penalty on the play. But it's one of those lucky bounces where Slavin ends up losing his stick in a little bit of a scrum there, gets it in between one of the players, stick falls out, and he's right. I mean, if he has a stick, he's probably getting his stick on Tkachuk, able to kind of reach from it from behind. But at that point, he had no stick. Basically a 3-on-none or 2-on-none down low. I mean, the pass starts from up top. Nice give and goes there. And Tkachuk just didn't miss. Buries a one-timer. Pack your shit up and we're getting out of here. That's it. Panthers up 2-0 in Carolina. Got to be a little bit of a heartbreaker there to lose 2 games at home if you're Carolina in the way that they did in overtime. But it's one of those things that the Panthers are just that team right now in this series, in this playoffs. They're a team that is pretty relentless. Honestly, though, this game could have went either way, right? It was really again, like I think the Hurricanes took advantage of and took control of the game early on, and Panthers just stuck in it, able to capitalize on chances when they needed to and when the opportunity came up. So I mean, there you have it. 2-0. Panthers are leading. I don't know how Carolina's going to stop them, but you got to believe that Rod Brind'Amour there in his coaching staff is going to make the adjustments. I don't think they're too far off to matching up against this Hurricanes team, but going back home to Florida, the Miami Heat are doing well, the Panthers are doing well. It's going to be, the barn is going to be buzzing over there, so they got to prepare themselves properly. But we'll see how the Panthers are. Honestly, the Panthers surprisingly have been, in my opinion, the most fun team to watch out of all the 4 teams here remaining. I love just how Bobrovsky's playing, and you got to love how Tkachuk is just leading his team right now, and so is Barkov's done a great job too. So we'll see what they do. Can they go up 3-0? Looks that way, but we'll see what Rod Brind'Amour and his Hurricanes have to say about that. That's it for this video. Thanks so much. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more updates, videos on this upcoming playoffs. Hope you guys liked it. Catch you guys later.